is the first game between Broken R Button and Stars United. They already started banning, so Broken R Button banned Aurelion Sol. Stars United are short 2 bans, I believe, so they're just going to have to let these ones time out. And they surrendered a ban in the second phase for being really late. That's why we're starting this 8 o'clock game at 8:30. Because there was some confusion over the start time and they were just somewhat disorganized, failing to get an LCS order and all. It was kind of strange. Broken R Button bans Nivea, really going after Stars United's mid laner, banning out 2 of their favorite champions. Real zone control there taken away from Stars United. Stars United surrenders their second ban. Broken R Button bans Kaisa. Stars United now get their 1 ban of the first round. They ban out Ornn. Broken R Button now gets to make their first champion selection.
Yeah, it appears that Broken R Button looks like they're like targeting the top laner from Stars United E Club there.
Top
Broken
laner?
R Button, yeah, Ocean's Andrew has been playing a lot of Ornn. I think in his past 20 games he's played quite a few Ornn picks.
Misfortune coming out for Broken R Button, and Lucian Morgana coming out from Stars United.
So those are some comfort picks.
Going down.
Yeah, there's some comfort picks for the bot lane, definitely. For Stars United.
Freddie Mercury Lucian that I got to play against in mid lane actually last time. Mordekaiser coming out for Broken R Button. Mordekaiser's a really great blind pick top laner. Really lacks the sort of hard counter that those top laners have. Not to say that Mordekaiser is necessarily super overtuned right now, but he certainly doesn't have the kind of hard counter something like Darius or Leona also coming out from Broken R Button. The 2 approved bot lanes, standard marksman AD carry and Morgana plus Misfortune Leona. United are hovering the Gnar. This has been like the bot lane interaction for like most of CasualEAL. Has just been Misfortune Leona versus Morgana and either Caitlyn, Lucian, or Aphelios. Gnar goes through. Stars United now have to surrender their 3rd ban in the 2nd round for being late.
Emerald Kishi has been playing some Gnar. It's one of his favorite champions to play top lane, as well as Ocean's Andrew plays a lot of Mord as well. So
definitely comfort picks all around, really.
Yeah, it looks like there's been some Leo play by the support Mr. Fishy as well for Broken R Button.
Really targeting their Stars United's mid laner.
There's 3 bans against Stars United. Nivea, Aurelion Sol, and Syndra would be his top 3 champions from Soul Links.
And for Stars United, just denying a kind of stable jungler. Warwick's a really good jungler. Versatile in build, can go carry, or tank, or full tank, depending on matchup and itemization. And the Syndra ban, really just jumping all the bans on Stars United's mid laner.
Yeah, they're really shutting down the mid laner to get off for comfort picks. I mean, they want to get her on something that probably she can't CS as well because I'm looking, and I believe that out of all these two teams, she has the second highest CS per minute on average, whereas Emerald Kishi for Stars United would have the highest at
United
6.07.
go for Jarvan 4. Again, comfort pick. Broken R button go for Zac.
Perseverance is going to take J4 there.
Yeah. An AD carry players, one of the favorite junglers, despite being a normal AD carry. Broken R button also go for the Echo mid.
All the jungler for Broken R button has been playing is Zac and Nunu, so he has gotten his Zac,
And
which is
I play a lot of Zac and Nunu also. They're really good.
and their
Zac
mid's
is
been
punishable
playing a
for
lot
early
of
kill.
Echo as well. These guys are getting the champions they've been practicing on and playing on all week. Broken R button definitely has the stronger draft. I feel like because of that, Stars United having some of them subs and losing those bans.
Stars United go through with Orianna.
This will be an interesting matchup. They both have really good team fights. I do believe that Broken R button has a little bit more CC available, depending on if Gnar is transformed or
Yeah.
not.
You can
So
easily see Broken R button's plan. It's to CC chain everyone in the Misfortune ultimate.
right, set her up for the ult and
It's a
heal anybody with the Mord.
yeah. That's a really good plan. It's
Though the J4 ultimate with Gnar and Orianna Ball could be pretty deadly
yeah.
with Lucian and Morgana in the mix too. So they both have
Yeah.
very good team fight potential. Morgana having the spell shield will give
Throwing
the
the spell shield on
advantage in the
whoever is
bot
in
lane.
charge of interrupting the Misfortune, preventing the Mordekaiser ult from going through.
Right, so Stars United does have a chance to actually counter engage and counter fight against their team.
Yeah. Definitely team fight comps though. They both just won a team fight. And some pick making, but again, it's just kind of, you know, I think this game might be decided at the first dragon fight or whatever. Just going through and setting up the draft. Well, I do like Broken R Button's comp. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing they might be lacking would be a way to kill towers from really long range. I think they don't really have a Caitlyn or a Ziggs or that kind of champion. You know, they really do need the Misfortune to auto attack the tower, which is reasonably short range.
Right.
Which
Until Echo gets like a Lich Bane and 2 items, he won't be able to properly siege with a split or anything.
no, and I mean Mordekaiser can, but he has to walk up to the tower. Luna and Zac can have some tower control if they take demolish, but otherwise they won't. So Broken R Button might have some issues sieging down towers.
There might have been an issue in the pick ban phase there
Oh, what did they?
in the client.
Oh, oh, okay. This draft phase has been kind of like a comedy of errors.
Well, it is in
Really.
the rule book that they do get a I believe a redraft if they
Yeah.
mess up. So
No, they can redraft. It's
they're
just
kind of pulling out all the stunts tonight.
how can we delay this game from happening and keep our casters up late at night? Yeah. It's, on the bans again. I think has been becoming a better champion recently, despite not receiving any direct buffs. Been playing her a bit as a support and a mid laner, and she's pretty good. especially if you can get a good ultimate off. Black Shield's just really useful. Like, no other champion really has Black Shield. So it's kind of a unique ability that only Morgana can do. And with that ability, it comes with a lot of power. Like, being able to just give anybody a big spell shield with a like 5-second duration. I mean, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do that can be very pivotal to like winning and losing a team fight is correctly placing that black shield at the right.
Placing it on your like diver or whatever, they can dive in and ignoring the CC and one shot the carry. Morgana is a very good champion in an assassin meta because of her ability to both shut down assassins and empower them. It definitely is kind of a one-shot style assassin meta right now. Other tanks are still used or whatever, but you'd have to say that assassins are the most dominant class currently, especially from the mid lane. When people are bringing Mordekaiser and Renekton and Garen and stuff into the mid lane just because of and Camille just because of the assassin presence, the meta's kind of certainly favoring assassins. While we're in draft here, what do you think about the Soraka top thing that is like taken League of Legends by storm?
Personally, I think Soraka top became a meta. Is top lane's impact on post lane is so insignificant that Soraka actually is able to range bully top laners and sustain lane while also impacting the entire map after 6, similar Gangplank. So she's basically just a support top that is a support everywhere at 6 and is also good at playing against top laners that are mostly melee, with
Yeah,
her having a slow
able to
range
still
advantage.
get CS and I mean Soraka's not going to kill you, but she's able to get CS and you can't kill her, and then she can press R and save her bot lane.
Right.
And top lane's just so unimpactful
That you might
that
as well just have
Soraka
another
being
support. Yeah, it's a funny concept, but it works pretty well, I guess. I mean, they did it in the LEC,
they
I believe, in the LCK.
yeah, and they hotfixed nerf Soraka. They gave her Q damage reduction against minions, so she couldn't clear the minion wave quickly, which is a good nerf. It doesn't actually nerf Soraka doing her intended purpose, but it does nerf Soraka from being a cheesy laner.
Yeah, I think they might actually get the draft right this time.
Yeah,
It looks like we're almost there.
everyone's playing in the positions
Everyone
we sort of
has
thought
everyone's managed to lock in here. I didn't think we'd actually get to this point, but we've actually done it. Any viewers that are still standing by, good job flexing that big patience muscle. Because it really
yeah,
do be like that though sometimes.
win conditions here. Getting
Well,
Mordekaiser fit is a win condition for sure.
yeah. Mordekaiser Snowball, we have the Echo Snowball, we have a Leona Snowball, we have Misfortune. Did I say Leona Snowball? I meant a Misfortune Snowball with Leona, but you have almost the exact same thing on the other side. J4 could easily snowball out of control. Nar not so much, but Oriana, you don't
Definitely.
want her getting first item before you, and Lucian just also scales really fast if he manages to take control of lane. So river pressure is going to be super important. Probably going to see a lot of contestive fights over jungle entrances, and I don't think you'll see a lot of big invades between these two jungles. They're both able to travel long distances with Jarvan's EQ and Zach's slingshot. So uh,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of threat range on both these
So
jungles, and they're both repeat
definitely,
characters. So
definitely engage jungles.
I'd say it comes down to like, hey, what mid laner can like impact with them? But Echo and Orianna both have about the same amount of utility also to impact that. So it's a very like they have very similar styles of how they're gonna play.
For
It's all
sure.
about which team gets ahead to and gets the gold lead to do that. And believe it or not, Broken R Button actually banned out comfort picks from the mid laners, so they might not be able to farm as well, and that's going to affect the team's overall gold per minute.
Yeah,
So
definitely. The
that
only
could be the
difference
edge
I
they
see
need.
is support for Broken R button is an engage, and top is a peel, while it's the reverse for Stars United. Their Gnar is looking to engage, while Morgana is going to more look to peel. That's and of course Echo and Leon are melee. There's definitely more ranged power from Stars United and more melee from
Yeah,
Broken R button. But
there's only ranged on the side of Broken R Button.
so I think they will have some trouble the if Stars United decide to turtle under the towers.
Right, you
They
could
really
see
would have
Stars United just trying to keep that distance from them to not be able to gap close and fight and play safe.
so uh, not letting a Zac and a Leona gap close onto you is really
Very difficult.
difficult.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
easy with the Morgana. Like I said, with the Morgana and an Orianna shield and ball, Lucian having a dash. They all have dashes besides Morg, so I mean they're relatively safe from an immediate engage. But I mean, if it's a staggered engage where someone's caught out, it's definitely going to be a toss up because everyone's just going to be sending it, and it's all about who's going to get out, who's going to have the cooldowns, who has flash. So
and
it's some intense stuff because there's just a lot of dashes and flashes and
there's
it's
tons of mobility
two
in this
mobile
game.
games. Yeah, two mobile teams here.
I mean, and the Mordekaiser accepted, of course. They don't really move around that quickly.
I
But
wouldn't count Miss Fortune out just for the fact of her strut. She's just able to just get around just so
she's got to.
fast. She doesn't even need a
And
dash.
Mordekaiser, well, he's not fast. If you engage on him, he'll just ult you. It's not a dash, but it does change the landscape of and the positioning of the battlefield significantly by, yoinking somebody for a 1v1 in the death realm.
Yeah, I see on Broken R Button, they don't necessarily have any good stats for Mordekaiser to necessarily steal while he's ulting. Um, I'm assuming he'll probably go for just the Gnar. So the Gnar will probably have the most stat, but I'm not expecting the J4 to go tank. But the Gnar is also opting to go press the attack, which is pretty interesting. Possibly trying to take lane control against Mordekaiser and utilize his range as an advantage.
Yeah, no, it will be interesting to see the Gnar Mordekaiser matchup because whoever wins that will have a significant advantage. And it's more can Gnar, abuse the fact that Mordekaiser's immobile and melee before level 6. Because once he's level 6, if the Gnar hasn't created a lead, he's really in danger anytime he pushes out from under his turret. The game is zeroed out for me. It hasn't really started. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, we'll get it there for everybody shortly. Like for the it's a sync up.
I'm at 10 seconds. Yeah, we're even. Okay, that's good. Both teams are moving out. Doesn't look like they're planning an
It's-
invade. Looks like
Yeah,
it is 5 pointer.
yeah, 2 5 points. It's like throwing out some pixel bush vision on broken R button side. It's like Soul Links will check that bush with the ball vision. Okay.
Just 5 pointing. Nothing's really going on.
So just a cool, calm start for.
Morgana, are they gonna go try to? Nope, they're not trying to really do anything. Jarvan is gonna start on red. Is also gonna start on red.
So we could probably expect a level 3 gank from Jarvan bot. Well, we'll probably see a level 3 gank from Zac top. Or mid. Just the pathing of their
Maybe.
jungle, where they'll get their level 3s at.
Just kind of more power farm early.
Oh, there's the cheese bush. The ignite and the heal is on to Misfortune. She does have her flash still. They didn't manage to take the kill. They have a little bit of vision. She's looking to stay and is just gonna pop the potion. So huge advantage for Stars United out the gates in the bot lane there.
Yeah, really taking that early priority. Jarvan onto his blue buff. Zac the same.
Level 2 advantage on Ocean's Andrew. Emil Kishi able to just walk out of that.
Yeah, getting zoned a bit by the Mord, but nothing really too damaging coming from it. The Misfortune is just getting totally zoned off though due to that health disadvantage. The Flaccid Bunny is keeping them away from the XP.
Here's a level 3 fight here. Does get his electrocute procced off, but Orianna's able to trade back quite well, so he's still at a little bit of a disadvantage. Dark Binding almost landing on Extra Ho.
But they're definitely bullying that health advantage. Jarvan putting a ward down. Jarvan's kind of low.
Extra Ho still level 1. Level 2 finally getting to Extra Ho here.
So they're definitely using the slow push to their full advantage for Stars United.
Looks like the first Mega Gnar of the game finally shows up top lane.
Jarvan and Orianna are invading, possibly looking to go bot side. Jarvan looking to steal. No, is he?
Might just
Yeah,
take
Jarvan is stealing Krugs. Be seeing if he can set up for a dive.
Yeah, Finzel looking.
Yeah, the bot lane looks like they might be. The Jarvan looks to be setting up for.
Extra Ho getting that level 3 finally.
Wave shoved in, and Jarvan got spotted. He has to leave. Zac also got spotted when he went for his gank. I think the pathing might have been, if not predictable, at least kind of fairly standard. I mean, the laners were kind of prepared for it.
That slam the stun there. And a 3-hit proc. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, knowing that the typical level 3 jungle is going to come top or bot, just seeing it and being aware of it, it's very easy to just call it off and play safe. Even Misfortune sitting low, Extra is just kind of hanging in there.
He is coming back with a long sword.
Press the attack is procced onto Mordekaiser. He has Emerald Kishi super low, but his Fury's almost up. Perseverance will hit the Q knockup, and the electrocute procs him. Turns around to land the cube, and can be landed when you are dead. The Q does not go off, and that will be first blood for Emerald Kishi.
Yeah. No, it's good to penalize that Mordekaiser for recklessly pushing with no escape. He needs 6 before he can push up like that.
Right, he had his
Jarvan
flash up, but
maybe
he
yet
opted to
again.
just continue the fight. So Finzel is going to try to take the dragon here,
What level is he?
knowing that J4 is top lane and having priority in the bot lane.
Back in level 4 needs help or he'll die. Leona's coming over.
Yep, Extra Ho just trying to keep the priority in this bot lane here, but they are just going to slide right past her, dashing it forward. He does slow her just in time, or slow Freddie Mercury there just in time for not the full engage. So Link's it's like collapsing. Mr. Fishy is trying to get out of here.
Looks like Mr.
Freddie
Fishy
Mercury
will
is
make
chasing her down. Press the attack is procced on her. There's a slow set onto everybody. Dark Binding is thrown across the map. Echo's coming in with the time convergence. He has the ignite onto Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury flashes out and uses his heal to get out alive. Perseverance is here on the back line though. He says hello. Slingshot lands, almost lands. He manages to EQ out, yes. Just in the nick of time there.
That whole thing was Soul Lynx's ultimate peeling the Echo off of the Lucian. Really excellent, clever use.
Yeah, that was
that ability.
Using it to peel and do some damage.
Mordekaiser is killing the Scuttle Crab.
Does land the E, the spell shield is on him. Freddie Mercury taking another ignite, but he's just gonna walk out of this, but it will burn him down a little bit, but he's still okay.
Perseverance looking to gank.
Perseverance looking to return back. There's still flashes and heal up, full sums on Misfortune, so Perseverance may have a hard time actually.
Is really low doing this red buff, so Jarvan is able to.
Perseverance is right there.
Jarvan doesn't check.
Yeah, he's looking to get Chelsea Forever. Chelsea Forever 95 does have ult up. Manages to die. Oh, breaking the legs on the Jarvan a little there. Perseverance has no ult to actually follow up anymore, so he's gonna have to just walk that one off. Beautiful disengage, able to keep her flash and ultimate there.
Back on blue buff. Jarvan looking to take Raptors and farm. Now that Ocean Andrew has ultimate, he can start to kind of zone the Gnar instead of the inverse happening.
Right. Yeah, it Stars United just with that one kill, giving them just a little bit over a 1k gold lead. So at this point, the game's still quite a bit of a toss-up. Ocean's Andrew will pull Emerald Kishi in, but Emerald Kishi does have his Mega Gnar up here. Manages to jump and Gnar him into the wall. Oh my gosh!
Wow, that's a lot
what
of
a sick and clean play by Emerald Kishi. I believe that Ocean's Andrew just took off a little bit more than he could chew there. He should not have engaged Emerald Kishi like that.
Ult the mini Gnar, don't fight Mega Gnar.
Yeah, if his Fury's up, you gotta just chill out. You gotta wait that out and play the timing correctly and work around that.
Almost killed the Rift Herald.
Perseverance will take the Rift Herald down there.
That was really clever.
Dark Binding lands onto the Misfortune. She just have to use her heal. Ignites up, the Culling will come out and lands. There's a spell shield on Lucian, so the peel just chains will land into the Q and a double. Oh, and just a spicy, dirty, nasty ground attack from Misfortune there. That cursed soil.
Yeah. So the Flaccid Bunny does pick up 2 kills.
Clean.
Wave, I mean, this wave is a lot of XP that they're gonna get denied.
Ocean's Andrew still looking to push into this Emerald Kishi. Just have Mega Gnar up. Soul Link's just clearing away some vision.
Chelsea appears to be looking bot lane, but they don't appear to be doing anything. And we are backing after shoving in that big wave. significant gold lead appearing for Stars United.
Stars United looking to take a little bit of a lead away from Broken R Button, 4-0 here. Broken R Button does have the first dragon, but other than that, they don't really have anything else really going for them there.
Solution has a big CS lead over Misfortune.
Second dragon's coming up here, and it looks like Mr. Fishy is a little caught out here. Perseverance will hit him with the EQ combo, but the counter engage from the Zac here, using less bounce on the backline. J4 uses Cataclysm there to just completely destroy the Leona, but the counter engage coming in from the bot side too. Misfortune gets her ult canceled though, knocked up by the Perseverance, and she will go down. One member to two members down there in that fight. Or that was 1-1.
Oh,
No, it was 1-2. Mr. Fishy in extra ho died there, but just in trade for the Flaccid Bunny. Perseverance coming back up, now putting Rift Herald in the bot lane. Yeah, I do believe that Ocean or Mountain and Infernal Dragon have splash damage on their auto. Zac coming in to try to steal this. Does reset and does get the smite off, even though having a level disadvantage over Perseverance. His passive is procced, but
anyway.
Yeah, it looks like Broken R Button was able to sneak in there. Beautiful play by just managed to slingshot in, and the dragon just had some spaghetti looking reset there, allowing Zac to get the range away from J4, and Perseverance couldn't get the smite in time.
Morgana hitbox. Hitbox on Morgana's binding suffers from like Lux syndrome, where it's way bigger than it appears. It is like the lollipop effect.
Stars United still hold on to over a 3.5k gold lead. It is 1-7. I mean, a little bit of a momentum shift there for Broken R Button, able to pick up the second dragon now. So they do have possibly a soul in their near future if they continue to play around these dragons like that. They might be able to find a win condition through that late game. They're still behind.
Point in the game. Zac engaging.
Zac uses the slingshot there and just completely annihilates Orianna. She tries to use the ult, but the culling going out onto Ocean's Andrew now. He's able to walk out. The Dark Binding does not last long enough. Ocean's Andrew opting to stay under the turret to try to defend here. Just going for the wave, trying to clear it as fast as he can. Perseverance is here though. There's a spell shield on Illusion. He goes all in, all the way. Has the turret aggro onto him, but manages to drop aggro. They're both super low here. The Flaccid Blade did have to cast her ult there. Yep, here's Chelsea Forever, just beaming right past Perseverance, trying to get to that bot lane. Does not manage to get to it. Throws this Ignite on him and uses his ultimate. Spell shield will be put on Perseverance, and he is completely fine after that fight. Looks like there's just not enough damage out of the Zac really yet. Doesn't have enough health to really do that big health percentage damage off of his W.
Zac really does need those huge health totals to start doing significant damage. Gnar is definitely leveraging his lead.
Broken R Button just walking right past control wards placed by Stars United. Just walking all over their vision. Stars United knows exactly where most of their team is right now, and so they can play the macro around this. Emerald Kishi should be completely aware at this point that there's no other members of Broken R Button to answer his split push in the bot lane at this time.
Gnar can be a very strong 1v1 combatant.
Look like they're just gonna go
Either
for the Rift Herald here. Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna go Rift Herald. The bot lane duo is in the top lane Tribush here. They do see this happening. Flaccid Bunny throws out Dark Binding and doesn't manage to hit anything, but they do have vision on this Rift Herald here. There's a collapse from the Perseverance comes in. Dark Binding lands on his Zac. Zac instantly goes down. Miss Fortune Channel comes out. She has to flash out because she is getting pushed onto. Leona trying to slow down the chase, but instantly gets turned down and destroyed. Chelsea Forever trying to set up a counterplay here. Is super low, is just not doing enough damage, has to run away. Ocean's Andrew is caught out, tries to use that ultimate of his to bring in the Death Realm, but a beautifully placed spell shield by Flaccid Bunny. He is sitting there trying to figure out what has happened. And there he goes. Just bye-bye.
Stars United.
Beautiful team fight by Stars United.
Like full collapse. It's a pretty ambitious Rift Herald.
Yeah, like I said before, Lightning, they had vision on the entire team of Broken Arbutton around that Baron pit. They knew they were there. They were just waiting for them to take a bite into the bait and just slowly collapse. Played it slow and played it well in the fight, and well, that just goes to show on the scoreboard that it turned out well.
Brewing here.
Looks like Finzel trying to grab vision control back for his team. And also opting to start the dragon before he finishes clearing vision. They know he's on it. They get hit by a Scryer's Bloom. Extra Ho is spotted. They're playing slow here. Soling's just trying to start zoning her ball in slowly. This dragon is under 2k health now. Preserve is on the backside here, maybe looking to come in. EQs in and steals the dragon back, so it is even now, steal for steal. Leona ultimate goes down to try to peel for a team on the engage, but it's too late because Nara's just burning them all down. Soling's able to pick up the Zac, lobs off the path, and that's just another one Baron or dragon fight for Stars United. Oh my gosh, this is a big doomed moment for Broken Arbutton. Their Arbutton might actually be broken.
Definitely taking the control of the game at this point.
I mean,
all the outer turrets now.
I mean, look at the vision control that Stars United has in the bot jungle right now on Broken Arbutton side. I mean, they have complete vision of wherever they go. Oh, there's Leona EQs in and sets up the engagement. Misfortune. Misfortune channel does go out, but it does absolutely no damage. Super Gnar comes out, hitting them all into the wall with Zac coming and trying to ult and stop them all. Into the Death Realm they go. Ocean's Andrew looking to try to pick up Jarvan, but he manages to stay out of the time of the suppressant in time. Morgana's ult will come out, and also the culling trying to pick up Misfortune there. Rift Herald lands, and it is just massive pressure, and they are not stopping. They're just continuing the siege.
This might just blow the game
Yeah,
up.
all ultimates were blown on. Yeah, they will take the inhib here.
They inhib for 20 minutes is definitely a big deal.
Yes, Baron is coming up, I believe, in another minute, so
Baron's gonna be on
like 45 seconds. Yeah, so
having a decent lead, he'll be able to actually DPS down the Baron. Split pressure. Will the Flaccid Bunny and Freddie Mercury get caught out? No.
Solings does get hit with a pole and does take another shot from the dragon, or the turret there, getting her extremely low, but she's definitely all right.
They're gonna just kind of pull back topside and let those super minions do the work. They're gonna have to be responded to, and that'll hopefully Broken Arbutton down the center, and they won't be able to respond to objectives, at least for the next 3 minutes. And then they'll have the open inhib. Like, an open inhib this early in this game is huge if you can leverage it.
Okay, what Stars United needs to do here is try to get vision around the Baron and into the Broken Arbutton's topside jungle, kind of where Emerald Kishi is right now, so they can leverage this Baron against the Broken Arbutton. If they just even get near the Baron pit, Broken Arbutton has to respond going to try to stop it, and then they can start the fight on their terms.
Oh, Scuttle Scrub steal by Ocean Andrew.
So it looks
Scuttle
like
will definitely deny the Baron opportunity unless they can get
Perseverance and the Flaccid Bunny are split here, but it looks like it does not matter because the culling comes out melting away. It looks like Zach's hitting it that big let's bounce, and the rest of Broken Arbutton are here to fight, but Cataclysm comes out. Misfortune channels are all, but to no avail.
They were able to
think
just win that team fight pretty decisively.
Super Minions are crashing into the base right now. Broken Arbutton. They have no way to contest this Baron, but Chelsea forever not even fit. If Echo sets this up right, there is a Morgana spell shield, but she can only shield one of them. It goes in, gets the triple stun, hits everything, ignites, I believe, and just kind of hops on back out. Just doesn't have the damage to actually impact that fight against Baron. Meganar will come out, hits him with the stun, and is just zoning him off. But yeah, Baron is low. They're stacking up that Baron debuff, and it's starting to melt them.
Executed by the Baron.
Wait, is Chelsea forever back to Ashes cast it all on? Root's down Finzel there, and Lucian split pushing in the bot lane. That might be. Chelsea 95 might have just stalled the game and kept Broken Arbutton in this game. If that Baron would have went down for Stars United, they probably would have just been able to end the game.
Lack of focus at the end from Stars United on whether to turn or Baron really was the death of them.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't.
And it ended up the Baron actually just DPS them down and killed two of them.
They didn't commit to a call there. I do agree.
Freddie Mercury is and Preservance are gonna take out this dragon.
2 dragons each, 2 cloud dragons for Stars United, so we can expect to see their ultimates just coming out more and more often. Perseverance kind of pressuring the bot jungle. I don't know if that's the right move right now.
Looks to be setting up for Baron yet again.
This is the only objective right now on the map. I do think it's the correct move for them to pressure this next objective and, force the hand of Broken Arbutton again, make them come towards the Baron. Looks like they might try a Death Bush here. Yeah, we got the classic Death Bush. Stars United looking to just cheese an end here, possibly. Fizzle coming in, gets hit with the Dark Binding, gets knocked up. His passive will be procced. Cataclysm is down to zone off the rest of Broken Arbutton. Leona just using her Righteous Glory to get the heck out of there. Just scared them to death, I think. Just picking off Zach there, giving no smite to Broken Arbutton. Almost absolutely no contest, unless Chelsea 95 can pull off another miracle play like last time. I'm not sure. This time they have Emerald Kishi trying to zone. He gets full engaged on, has the big damage, but Meganar's Mr. Fishy and Ocean's Andrew. Here comes the big channel from Misfortune, zoning them off of the Baron. The culling by Freddie Mercury will melt Ocean's Andrew though. Flash coming from Perseverance. He's getting ran down by Strout with Extra. Extra does turn around though, and they say, "Do not chase, do not chase." They may have a Baron play of their own here, but Dark Binding will land on Mr. Fishy. Morgana's still there. This fight just went on forever, and I think it's starting again. Another slingshot re-engaging onto the Flaccid Bunny and Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury is isolated from his support. Knowing that the spell shield's down, they can just turn onto Morgana there. Freddie Mercury able to get out.
The 2 failed Barons definitely have changed the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening anymore. I feel like after that whole like minute and a half fight, I'm in a fever dream right now, Lightning. I don't know what's happening anymore. Is this League of Legends?
Or is this who kills the Baron first?
I'm not sure.
That Baron Nasher definitely is counting its blessings. Preservance.
I'm gonna have to say
Fails
both
to-
teams are probably gonna have to vote Baron for their MVP. I mean, probably the most impactful unit in this match so far.
Definitely has maybe gotten the most kills. The upping its KDA. And how many units has the Baron actually killed or assisted with compared to how many deaths? I mean, it's
I
done
believe
pretty
there
well.
are stats on that. I do believe you can find some pretty crazy stats of like out of all like games played, how many people have died to Baron like this year
Quite a
since
bit
the
of
game
people died
started.
to Baron does a lot of damage.
Emerald Kishi getting rid of the vision control there. Looks like Stars United looking to set back up. Chelsea Forever turning around, gets borked and just almost completely like melted down, uses his ultimate and flashes back out. Gnar slapping the entire team back. Misfortune trying to channel the ult in there, but they will just walk right out. It looks like Perseverance and Soul Link's looking just kind of backdoor right now. They're behind the team. I believe there's about to be an engage right here from the slingshot of Perseverance. Perseverance does have the ball, and the ball is thrown in the back line. W will go down, but doesn't do enough damage to actually take off extra. Mr. Feasty eats another Dark Binding.
Nothing else.
Mordekaiser and Zac both do have their ults here. Broken Art Button just trying to reset. $11 to 22, 2 dragons each side, and it's only like an 8k gold lead, which has been an 8k gold lead stalled at for the past like 8 minutes. So
The
who knows
momentum
what's
definitely has its job.
yeah, I wouldn't say that it's swinging back into Broken Arbon's favor, but I don't see Stars United really gaining any more ground. Their inhibitor's back up. The Baron's still there. It looks like actually Broken Arbon might take this Baron unless Perseverance comes in and stops him. He does have equal level now on Finzel. Finzel doesn't have his passive up, so if he burns down, I mean, he burns down. Won't be able to smite here. Mega Gnar will land. They managed to stop the Misfortune channel, but she's in the backline autoing away the counter engage by this team here. Soul Links does use barrier to just play safe and not get picked off. But Broken Arbon will be able to turn around now onto the dragon, burning it quite quickly. Echo using his Aegis to kind of slow. There's also a split push by Freddie Mercury and the Flaccid Bunny in the top lane here, trying to chase down Ocean's Andrew.
Able to pick up the tower, but they don't get the kill.
That will be third dragon for Broken Arbon. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, Broken Arbon, they could get, if they get this next.
The Echo can catch up.
Yeah, they do have the spell shield. Lucian looking to possibly just turn around on Ocean's Andrew there, just barely living with a sliver of health.
I can DMF take out the Scuttle Crab.
If Broken Arbon can get this next dragon somehow, I mean, they'll have a soul. They'll have a Cloud Soul, and that might actually give them an opportunity to fight more. It gives the Echo more ultimate times in between fights, giving him basically GA pretty much more often.
Down with the itemization here. Both AD carries definitely doing well. Itemization from Leona, less tank, more supportive.
Yeah, I like the Blade of the Ruined King by Lucian because of the Zac, Mordekaiser, and Leona just having a lot of tanks, having that percentage damage.
He's his 7 deaths and no kills.
Right.
But he's just been in a 2v1 most of this game.
Right. I feel like, I don't know, just having the Bork active plus having that percentage damage and sustain on top of it just allow him to deal with the tanks on Broken R button. Leona will full engage onto
Wow, that was
Miss Fortune. The
fast.
Flaccid Bunny will use her Zonias there and go down. Chelsea forever trying to run them down. There's a disengage by Emerald Kishi. Emerald Kishi's getting super low. Gets auto down by Extra. Extra is dominating, coming back into this game now.
Definitely is a strong champion. So fast.
Finzel trying to get an engage onto Freddie Mercury there, but he's able to just dash out of the way. Burns the culling there, trying to take out the team. Still turning on a Finzel now, popping his passive, just trying to take out some of his blobbling so he doesn't respond with as much health. Slingshotting away, just trying to get out of there. I don't think they have the superior team fight right now to deal with Stars United.
Fortune takes all that farm and shoves a big wave under turret before backing off.
Yeah, I believe macro-wise, getting those side lane outer turrets down for broken R button is going to be really big for them to be able to contest Baron later in this match if they're able to stall out and the Dragon. They're going to need to have their minion waves able to push past those turrets. Give them better priority on those fights.
United moving in force bot lane. They're leaving the Baron open, potentially. They might just be
with an exposed inhibitor and the Dragon coming up. I think if they stall this out before they commit to anything, Stars United will be stuck between a rock and a hard place of either not taking the free Baron or giving up another objective on the map. So as of right now, the tempo is in the favor of Stars United. Lucian does go in for an engage, might bite off more than he can chew here. Did have to waste his flash, and it's Bork. Culling will come out and Cataclysm on top of Leona, Zach, and Ocean's Andrew there. Ocean's Andrew will go down. Nara's transformed now into Mega Nara. Ignite onto Orianna. Gets the redemption, just saving her in time with Freddie Mercury able to slide in and just kill up with the quadra kill. Freddie Mercury on fire in this fight. Beautiful cohesive play. Everyone managed to almost stay alive on the side of Stars United. They're just showing that they're the superior team fighting team this game.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Play. Such an intense fight.
So much damage. That buff early in this season definitely paying off.
Members of Broken R button might not be able to get up in time here. This might be good games laning.
Looks like it. The game
there it is.
Down. Decisive team fight after achieving a gold lead.
34 minutes in. Stars United finds the avenue to take the win.
Freddie Mercury going 10-0 and 9. Really happy because he's going to be subbing in for my 80 carry. So hopefully he can replicate these results.
That's fun. Yeah, our ADC Joe Killer might be getting subbed out for a sidewalk defender. Better, handsomer, and more qualified ADC for our team and Team Billy in the Shurima division. So we'll hopefully see him soon. Looking at some of these stats here at the end, it looks just massive damage from Stars United out of Oriana and Lucian. Carries carrying. I love to see it, but also look at the massive damage we're seeing from like Gnar and Morgana and in respect to the other team. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
their entire team almost just got out damaged by almost their entire team. It's massive, and that's what happens in those team fights. There's
We
just
look at
that much more
self-mitigated
damage.
damage. Zach, yeah, definitely. More tanks on the side of broken R button, and I mean, it doesn't pay off, but you definitely do see that's why some of the damage graphs are so dispersed because of the damage mitigated. I mean, Zach, Leona, and Mordecai's are all mitigating significant amounts of damage. Who gets the vision score prize? Let's see. Who got the best vision score? The Morgana got the best vision score by a lot. Really low vision scores from the carries of Broken R button, not using their wards.
Yeah, they have to definitely work on their vision control.
Lots of those kills were from death brushes or otherwise getting caught due to low vision.
Are you ready to go to break? Yeah.
Okay, let's do the intermission. return to the second game of Stars United versus Broken Arbutton. Stars United took down game 1 with some excellent Lucian and Morgana play through the bot lane, and a decisive team fight victory. Next game, I'm looking to see how Broken Arbutton adapts their style, and to see if they can like win bot lane better earlier, and to see if they can use some more map pressure. The early dragons from Broken Arbutton really did keep them in the game for a while, and they got 3 drakes, got close to the dragon soul, but it was just a little bit too late.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to stop the snowball, in order to like really secure a safer way to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Broken Arbutton will definitely want that Lucian ban this game.
I was born ready for draft. Here we go into the good old pro draft arenas.
And Stars United will get 1 more ban this time, since they won't have to forfeit the ban for being late.
Yeah, I'd just like to add too that Broken Arbutton could have like called for a forfeit for the first game, but they're just opting to take a ban away instead. So very lighthearted and very sportsmanlike by Broken Arbutton to see through both games.
Stars United getting the pro draft that started, and they have the first ban. But Broken Arbutton might be regretting their choice not to just opt for the free win.
Yeah, now that they're down again.
Move. Oh yeah, Stars United don't get the ban. They have their sub players. Ivia ban coming out, Broken Arbutton, same as last time.
They're looking to target Soul Links yet again. Those bans.
I think seem to do pretty well with Oriana, so it's necessarily the best option. Stars United are going to have to forfeit their second ban for their import of 2 substitutes. Arbutton opts to take away the Kaisa. Stars United take away the Ornn. Kind of like our rehash of the last big ban phase, really.
I'm feeling a little bit of deja vu here.
Yeah.
This pick ban phase almost looks exactly the same.
They just copy their bans. Oftentimes these pick ban phases is very similar. Stars United are going to go for that Lucian. Served them so well the first game. Oh, nope, they swap over and do the Morgana, which also served them so well the first game. They're trying to get a repeat of the bot lane. And misfortune from Broken Arbutton. Picked again. Yes, they're going to pick exactly the same team comp and run out the same game a second time. And
sometimes you just need to run those back.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes, like, the draft phase has already kind of been determined, so... And Leona coming out, so... Yeah, Lucian, yeah, they're gonna rehash the same old deal. United do have to either pick their jungler or solo lane here and open themselves up to a counter pick. The bot lanes in CasualEAL have been very Leona Morgana centric. I guess coming out from Stars United.
Yeah, Stars United jungler Perseverance plays quite a bit of Gragas, so
yeah, that'll be interesting. Gragas definitely has some flashy moves with his cast. Being able to split apart a team with his ultimate like that. Really is quite
Broken R
interesting.
button grabbing the Ari and banning the Syndra.
Yeah.
Soul Links was able to flex quite well onto the Orianna last game, so I'm not sure if like target banning Soul Links is the correct move anymore.
So, I'm not sure either. Like,
It looks like Broken
I
R
don't know
button's
why.
sticking with that
I mean,
strategy.
target banning people usually only works when they only play a couple champions. Stars United, despite I don't think technically needing to forfeit a ban, do so anyway. I mean, Orianna coming out from Broken R button. And a Zac ban from Stars United. And Zac was problematic, and Zac into Gragas is a much better matchup than Zac into Jordan. The Nunu coming... Is it coming out? And the Nunu coming out from Broken R button.
We could expect broken. We could expect a Stars United Esports club to pick a Vlad here possibly. Soul Links has been playing a crap ton of Vlad lately, so it would not surprise me for that to get flexed into the mid lane for Stars United.
Vladimir definitely can avoid Ari Charm. However, that's
Might be a
interesting.
Gragas mid.
Maybe. Although, Ivern actually struggles against Nunu because Nunu can just free invade him. Ivern really lacks skill pressure.
Broken R button on another comfort pick plays a bunch of Nunu.
Yep. And Mordekaiser coming out from Stars United. Take that Mordekaiser away.
Can you hear me slurping?
Here. With a
You're
Darius
gone.
or Darius set Volibear, something of that nature.
There's the Quinn, yeah. Quinn Mordekaiser. So if Mordekaiser can get a hold of Quinn, that's real bad. But if Quinn can kite Mordekaiser, it'd be maybe a pretty safe lane.
And, I mean, Quinn is really hard to catch.
Right, especially after 6.
But Mordekaiser's ultimate really is going to be... But also Quinn falls off pretty hard. Is reliant on catches and assassinating targets. Once Quinn hits 6, the roams will be intense. Quinn and Nunu flying into your lane can't be that much fun.
No, that's never fun having a roaming top laner like that.
You know, Broken R button definitely does have huge roam capability with the Ari, the Nunu, and the Quinn, as well as the Leona for that matter. Like their whole team can kind of like flash mob in and crush a isolated target, or even an isolated half of a team. After going through. Ooh. While we're doing this, another meta question. Do you prefer the jungle having lots of XP or not very much XP? Which do you think is a better meta?
I was actually talking to our jungler, a diamond jungler. He was saying that he personally feels that he should be a level and a half behind the solo laners. So a half level up on the bot lane, and a level and a half down on the solo laners. So somewhere to where like right now jungle XP got buffed a little bit. I think it could be buffed even a little tiny bit more, and then it would be in a good spot.
Yeah. No, I share somewhat of a similar sentiment. Although, what I would like to do is add a neutral monster, like into the top lane alcove, that just serves as an extra camp.
That could give
with high XP but like low gold.
yeah, that
So
could give junglers a
and
reason
it
to go
has like a
top.
debuff, like a Baron style debuff on the person killing it. So that would create an incentive for junglers to go top lane and maybe make top lane a little more impactful. So someone can't just play Soraka top.
That could be a fix. It's a good idea.
It would definitely like rearrange the game and prevent just bot lane camping, which is the current meta. Is do a couple of camps, sequence the big camps and the buffs, and maybe if your jungler can some of the smaller camps, but not to worry about that so much and just try to invade, kill, gank. Like as a jungler right now, you're just kind of looking for kills, and it results in the less XP you give jungler, the more impactful it actually is. One jungler is better than the other one in a significant way. They can just snowball the game out of control like crazy.
I do agree. Some like early game junglers are so good right now because they're able to take those early lane advantages and then spread that lead to wherever they need to on the map, allowing them to snowball their lanes.
One of my recent jungle games is Volibear, just taking advantage of a Soraka top lane and just smashing it and getting myself a huge gold lead, and then running down and like 2v3ing the bot lane with like a couple thousand, like a 1,000 gold advantage, and my level 6 power spike, and just kind of being able to transition the lead really efficiently along the map by taking advantage of a subpar laner. And that kind of the kind of jungle style of just trying to kill a laner over and over again is no fun for anyone. Like, the jungler doesn't really get to do that much. They just go murder a laner over and over again. It really sucks for that laner because, well, they're dead most of the time. And then their team, rages at them and like mean things in chat. And it just kind of, I think the snowballiness factor of some of the game does create a bit of toxicity oftentimes. If kind of one lane can lose the game by feeding the jungler. The Gragas is mid lane. I assume the Gragas will go like full AP, burst Gragas. He might go Aroa. It'll depend on what kind of build he wants.
And Gragas being melee, it's gonna have a harder time contesting farm against Ari in the mid lane.
Yeah, the Gragas is definitely vulnerable to the get charmed, get womboed.
So his
Especially
W will help him kind of cancel out that charm amplification with the damage reduction on his W.
it'll help, but Ari's also ability to cancel dashes. Like Gragas relies on that dash.
Yeah, she definitely has the advantage. If he can dodge the charm, she's still at 6 will be able to just also just dash away, so
The
it's gonna be
Ivern,
tough.
it'll be interesting to see how that works. I mean, Freddie Mercury definitely will be feeling pretty safe with an Ivern and a Morgana shield. But, I mean, Ivern lacks damage, he's invadable pretty easily, and, I mean, Nunu has a huge advantage of winning all contested dragons and objectives. Just
Right. I just
automatically.
like take a little bit of this like pre-load up time just to say that, like the casual esports amateur league is a entry level for all levels and anybody can join for the next season or join the community. Probably plug the Discord link for anybody interested in joining. We have in-house games we're looking to potentially do, and I just got done eating some ramen that was actually sponsored by Casual Esports. It was really good chicken ramen. I'm gonna go take care of that bowl real quick, Lightning. So if you'd like to plug anything or make any other mentions, I'll be back momentarily.
Yeah, the casual esports amateur league is a great place to play, and it's generally a pretty supportive environment. We got lots of the kinks worked out by now after 2.5 seasons, So it's definitely a kind of finished environment. It's a lot of fun. You get to, play with a team, kind of play like the pros in a way, being able to like 5-man on comms and getting that kind of practice. It definitely does feel way more like the professional play that, professionals really do kind of play rather than solo queue, which feels basically nothing like it. If you want that kind of feel, you can check that out. Also, another thing to check out are Randomonium's streams. There are every Saturday at what would it be? They're very informative about like kind of a deeper dive into champion information, and tackle the roles and subclasses, and also just kind of what champions you might want to play if you're newer to the game or looking for a new main. For example, if your main is named Akali and is at the whim of the Riot balance team, or one of those other champions that is problematic, so they just get nerfed over and over again. Lastly, I would like to add a petition to make Tom Kench a champion again. Really, he is pretty much useless right now. Lowest play rate and lowest win rate in the support role, and no one really ever plays him. They might as well have removed the champion from the game. And I actually really like the top lane version of Kench. I think I kind of would like them to bring something like that back, even if they would have to rework him into a top laner. He's just not really a healthy support. We're gonna be getting into game here soon. So just looking at the team comps, Broken R Button definitely does have a very strong team fight with that that area kind of damage AoEs of the Nunu and the Misfortune. That sweet papercraft Nunu skin. It looks awesome. Dunk Master Ivern, the Lunar Leona skin. Some of those cool looking skins. You guys can put what's your favorite skin of all time? Mine
What's
has
your favorite
got
skin
to
of all
be.
time? Yeah, what's your favorite skin?
Sacred Sword Janna.
Mine will for always and ever be Battle Bunny Riven.
Ah, that's a good one.
That skin is thick.
Worst skin of all time?
What's the Coral Malphite? Skin looks awful. Literally looks like a walking giant pile of bird poop. Changed my mind.
Yeah, that's sort of the aesthetic they're going for, I think. Stars United going for an invade.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Morgana biting misses, though. And just poke the Leona a little bit. The location is warded. Nunu and the Leona are going to go take on the blue buff. The Leona really should back and go to lane. This is
Looks
coming.
like they're trying to invade the blue buff. They have the vision there, so they will know once the blue buff is started.
Both teams going for that invade. The Placid Bunny auto-attacking while Ivern trying to lead for the Ivern. Clearly not played with an Ivern before, but how many of us have really played with Ivern actually, so can't really blame him. The Leona is going mid lane, I guess. Has to walk the whole way.
She's actually leashing XP from Chelsea Forever there.
It's definitely putting
It's
the
gonna give
Misfortune
Salt
at a
Lake's level 2.
disadvantage. Zoning. The Flashed Bunny is able to get that zone again. And their bot lane is once again put behind early. Who finishes the Gromp?
Looks like Emerald Kishi's trying to show Ocean's Andrew how to actually play Mordekaiser. Might be trying to send a message here.
Yeah. Ivern setting down vision, but the Ivern's still only level 2.
Dark Binding doesn't land there, but Lucian able to dash up and get a favorable trade for them.
Yes, the problems of still being level 1 for Broken R button yet again.
It's a big gank from Finzel here. Does land the knockup on the snowball, and unable to get those other snowball stacks on for the snare, but we'll get Emerald Kishi's flash.
Flash and being pretty low now, definitely have to concede.
Stun landed on Chelsea Forever. It does get Electrocute procced on her. She has Ignite and is headed right up into the Nunu. Finzel able to turn around and save her from the all-in. Dolnik's looking to still possibly go and has the Ivern shield. Dashes across with a flash from the Ivern. Does land the Q. Able to pick up the first blood onto Ari here. Finzel's stuck. Looks like he might have some unit collision issue there. Has to flash out. Looks like Cask will possibly pick him up here. Just barely alive. Does flash E just to ensure the kill. Will get low, but is able to get out 2 kills for Stars United. Taking the second game by storm yet again. We might see a repeat of last game here at Lightning.
Definitely.
Mr. Fishy missing that all in. Lucian does have the spell shield. Extra Ho gonna have to burn that flash.
The bot lane dominance definitely showing up yet again. The bad starts really just kind of ruined their bot lane. 2 games in a row. Back. Gonna lose out on a bunch of XP. I guess with a really big gold lead, definitely gonna be able to use that. Lucian is by himself now, and there's a Nunu in the area. Definitely at risk. He is warded.
Yeah, 4 members of Broken Arbut in the bot side of the map there. River Control and River Vision for Stars United, though. They do have vision on that bottom river.
Looking at the CS numbers, Gragas does have noticeably low CS, as well as Misfortune. Despite Gragas' kills, he's still behind 11 CS. Range versus melee.
Seeing the effects of that zone, and luckily what's paying off is getting those kills and equalizing that gold.
But not actually getting anything, except maybe caught by a Nunu.
Yeah, Ivern might be cut out here. Perseverance tries sidestepping the snowball, but is unable to. The Q does land onto Chelsea Forever, but Ivern will fall to the damage. Extra Ho and Mr. Fishy coming up here, trying to
They're gonna try to set
add
up
another
the
kill here. Yeah,
the
trying to
Flashy
get
Bunny
priority on the dragon.
Vision with the blast plant. Ooh. Looks like they are gonna go for the dragon. Ivern and Dragon are coming. Ari is not.
Emerald Kishi looking to possibly try to all in, but Ocean's Andrew able to hop away. Teleport coming down from Ocean's Andrew just to get priority on this. Leona manages to grab the dragon for a broken R button. Mr. Fisi trying to turn on the back of this fight, gets pulled in. Mordekaiser passive is up and burned down by Freddie Mercury.
That's a lot of gold given away right there.
Yeah, kills were
Despite the
given up
dragon.
for the dragon there.
The dragon is important. They got the first 2 dragons last time, and it didn't really help them.
When we look at the team comp, that the Mountain Dragon is behind it. We have a Nunu, Leona, and possibly an Ivern that could become tanky. So having that percentage bonus
Ivern
stats
doesn't
late
really
game.
become tanky.
Well, it depends on
Given
it
he
depends
goes-
on what he builds. I mean, he can go the Locket Zeke's build, which will give him quite a bit of base defensive stats, so that that extra shield on top of everybody too. If it from his late game scaling will just help. I think that it's not the best for him, but it's definitely not the worst either, depending on his build.
This misfortune though, like half the CS is illusion.
Yeah, this misfortune is
kinda
just getting
similar.
completely zoned. The charm will land in the mid lane here for Chelsea Forever 95. Soling's getting pretty low here. Gragas, it can naturally regen, but one more catch out here and it's over for him. It looks like Andrew might be caught out completely. The snare will land from the Ivern Q, does get hit into the Death Realm with almost no HP. The isolated Q will completely melt him. And that is a kill for Emerald Kishi. Beautiful gank by Perseverance.
Gank. That's part of the problem with playing Quinn. You're squishy. Really squishy.
Charm will land. Oh my gosh, what a fight right there. Actually just placing her, igniting her, and getting his W up just to take just enough not damage to die. Flash Q with Daisy coming out. Has manages to Q the Daisy to keep himself alive a little longer, but Solings comes in with the easy E there to pick up the kill.
Definitely working out the Ivern pick right there.
This is Ivern is just managing to be in the right place at the right time. Beautiful positioning by Perseverance.
Definitely.
Lucian does have the spell sheet here. Hits the Bilgewater Cutlass onto Misfortune. Misfortune does flash, but Culling manages to mental attempt. There's another flash from Mr. Fishy, and it's a double kill for Freddie Mercury. The Flaccid Bunny also using her ult there to just keep that Leona in check. The Soul Shackles did bind, so
This could be
beautiful
bot lane
play.
power, or at least close.
Yes. Absolute domination out of Stars United Esports Club. Beautiful showing tonight so far. Broken R Button's going to have to look into their playbook very deeply, or get together and put their heads together to find some sort of way to stop the bleeding and find an avenue to get this game back in their control.
Tower is getting dangerously low this early in the game.
Emerald Kishi does press the attack procs. The snowball does not land, so he's able to get out of this gank alive. Charm lands onto Solink. Solink's just eating the entire combo and walking at Chelsea. She's able to just kite away though. Claw will land. Got passive onto Emerald Kishi here. Does take the W, and Death Realms and another isolated Q will pick this Quinn away. Just like I was talking about earlier, this matchup is just Quinn can either kite him or he's gonna Death Realm her, and she most likely will die from it.
Perseverance trying to do the Rift Herald, but Ivern's not the best champion at objectives, and he's forced to use Daisy to try to distract the Rift Herald. Going top lane in force. Freddie Mercury and the Flaccid Bunny both going top lane. They're gonna run a lane swap. Last game. Pick up the Rift Herald, and it looks like they're gonna try to smash open top
Ooh,
lane.
what is this? Solink's caught out possibly by the bot lane here. Ultimate will land and ignite onto Solink. Solink will flash away, stunned by the Leona Q, and an easy pickup with just an auto from the Ahri. Culling will come out here. He's a little caught out though. It looks like does not matter. Freddie Mercury just barely escapes, but Quinn just gets dove coming back to lane, and this Rift Herald will take down the dragon and the turret in the top lane. Q landed onto the Chelsea Forever. Ari's trying to like roam and possibly get a pick on the siege, but is instantly caught out on the control ward. Perseverance going in, a flash ahead with a Q from Blasted Bunny, but Chelsea Forever does have the ultimate to dash away.
That top lane tower really does free up their whole team to go
The
after
bot lane
Cubers, yeah.
tower is extremely low right now. Landing the Dark Binding on
Banana.
enter the W.
Chunking out Ocean Andrew significantly.
Ocean Andrew is just getting kind of bullied up there right now, Lightning. There's a lot of action in the top lane, actually, which you don't see very often. But,
That's
quite a
the
few
counter
fights
to
up
range
there.
top laners. Make them fight.
That's right, don't allow them to scale. Oh my
Alright,
gosh,
top
Perseverance
lane,
behind Chelsea here. Gets hit with the snare and proto belt. Manages to flash over though, does not get stunned. Solis will cask, and beautiful cask. Iron Shield comes out, doesn't even need it, hits her with the barrel, and she just blows up. Nunu there to respond to the gank, but he's just a little too late. Freddy and Emerald Kishi together, opting to throw just the support top to answer Ocean's Andrew, just because he's so behind. There's a full engage onto Ivern here by Mr. Fishy, but no one there to really follow him up. Ivern able to get Daisy and Soul Links between him and the other two fighting. I'll just trying to fight Daisy here. Daisy bullying the entire enemy team apparently out of the river. Souling's coming in trying to stop that Finzel ult. Finzel flashes forward trying to get Perseverance, but Perseverance able to just sidestep him with the jazz step. Protobelt comes out, or not Protobelt, GLP looks like it just came out from Chelsea Forever, slowing them on that dive. Double kill going to Gragas there. Just picking up the ADC. Looks like Morgana trying to possibly find a pick again. Ocean's Andrew and Chelsea Forever are on a run. Protobelt does come out, and there's a flash from the Ahri trying to engage back on these two. Ocean's Andrew has to try to kick back, but it's in the Death Realm. Is completely cornered in this bush. Has nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide. Is he able to get out of the Death Realm in time? Does flash over into the Baron Pit. He is the only standing member left to fight in this. Wait, no. Finzel's back, though, off of Death Timer already, looking to possibly try to save his boy. What is happening right now? Ocean's Andrew just trying to find the escape. Looks like he might just go for an execute. No, he's not gonna execute. He's gonna he's gonna get W'd in a bush instead. Who can't?
That was one of those plays where you should just go for the execute. Behind enemy lines by a lot. Although, isn't that Quinn's ultimate name, Behind Enemy Lines or something?
Yeah, I believe so. All I know is that if they look back at the VOD or watch back at the VOD, there's going to be a lot of questions to be answered about what decision was made to continue through the turret there. It looks like they might be trying to set up a 3-man siege at the bot lane, but Stars United answers right back.
Are they death rushing?
Yeah, Dark Binding does land onto Misfortune, but the counter engaged by Leona might be too much with the Ignite on him. Black Shield is on Lucian, but he is slowed, and walking out of the Misfortune channel and the Nunu. All Nunu gets pulled in and isolated away. He is getting melted down by Mordekaiser. There's a turn around back by Chelsea Forever, though. Dropping Lucian down, stopping their carry from carrying, but Mordekaiser turns back around and says, "That's not the carry, I'm the carry." Flashes onto the Ahri, hitting her with that big slap in Q. They are turning and running now. Flash is coming out from Extra Ho and Mr. Fishy, running with their tails behind their legs, realizing that the fight has been lost in the bot lane for them. Broken R button has to find a different way to attack. They have to find a way to deal with this Mordekaiser lightning.
Mordekaiser getting fed is a win condition.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that Ahri can actually deal with the Lucian this game. Even though Lucian is still an advantage, she can get the GLP and actually just jump onto him now at this point. But the issue is that, like, she does that and expends that, and then she has to turn around and deal with Mordekaiser after. It's like, yeah, you might have got Lucian, but now you have to deal with Big Daddy.
Mordekaiser needs to be dealt with by someone who can actually fight him in the death realm. That's kind of the counter. Like, and I've had a lot of success as well there because you can build a 2 good MR item. But
Another
one of
death
the
realm
good...
onto Ocean's Andrew there. Uses the cutlass just to
Ooh,
try to. Oh my gosh!
out.
Another isolated Q just completely destroyed Soul Lake's flash again. Leona trying to counter engage under the turret, but it does not work at all. Nunu Snowball missing too. They're juggling the turret aggro pretty decently right now to keep this dive going for as long as
Not getting
possible.
Ragus killed by the turret was really clever. Because
Dark Binding landing onto Finzel there. Soul Lake's hit with a charm, but has just the shields. Just does not matter.
having the Ivern and the Morgana at this point, it's just a lot of shielding. They'll struggle to catch them out.
There's so much utility enabling them to continue to go in and not have to worry about actually getting caught out by anything.
Ari has a lot of burst, but I mean, Gragas is just fed at this point, and so is the Mordekaiser. Having those proto belts in there really does give him a lot of engage as well. And then the Quinn is just kind of a non-factor this game. Hasn't really done anything.
That's first dragon for Stars United, somehow unable to have good objective control, yet just completely destroying everywhere else on the board.
I don't think they're really worried about the objectives that much. Like, as important as objectives are, if you can win without them. Ooh, Ari narrowly escaping.
Yeah, that ultimate's such a good engage and also disengage.
Ari's a good champion. Ari's been a good champion for a long time.
Freddie Mercury with a pretty solid split push in the bot lane, keeping the pressure on the map. It looks like Mr. Fishy gets hit with a Dark Binding, so can't necessarily follow the Nunu into battle there. Black Shield is on Lucian. They will opt
the Black
just
Shield
disengage.
also, again, huge utility.
Perseverance picking up the second Rift Herald now for Stars United.
Definite Rift Herald prioritization among Stars United. They're really going for them. Trying to up the tempo. Maybe even smash into the base. Trying to get an early inhib to...
Yeah, Baron is coming up in 30 seconds, so we could see a fight for that. Seems though there will be no dragon up within another like 2.5 minutes.
No, that's the next objective, but Min. If necessarily, like they probably need 5 people to do it.
Acid Bunny caught out, but just the Iron Shield plus her Black Shield keeps her alive from that burst from Chelsea Forever there.
Flash out.
Lucian has a safe fight here for the Baron. Or for a siege. There's no Ahri to pick him really now, so ooh, it looks like there's a disconnect by Chelsea Forever here and a reconnect. No pause initiated by
pretty quick though. No
by
pause initiated.
broken R button there. Maybe just a stutter in the connection. No actual change in the gameplay for Chelsea Forever there. Coming back out of the fountain now.
Doesn't really matter that much.
Right.
And moving around. Andrew has gotten level parity with Emerald Kishi at this point, but like, you just need to split push.
Daisy will drop, and Nunu trying to follow up, but gets hit by the Mordekaiser E, stopping him from running that snowball into the enemy team. Chelsea Forever just stepping way up. Not sure what she's doing here. Just gets instantly collapsed on and bopped. Rift Herald is coming on in.
The Ivern Bush is definitely obscuring the activities
Another Daisy coming out for the siege onto this turret here. Cask will come out to peel them off the backside of the turret. Looks like this will be a nice clean siege from Stars United. Taking it slow, not really necessarily engaging onto the turret, just keeping them zoned and keeping the threat range between them and the objectives they're trying to siege with Daisy.
Definitely is a good siege champion.
Looking to rotate and collapse potentially onto Ocean's Andrew here. Ocean's Andrew has to get out of there. I mean, they're right there. Oh my gosh, full engage onto the Chelsea Forever under turret. Does get the spell shield. Half health to Chelsea Forever with just the Gragas E, so lots of damage on that
This
Gragas.
turret also going down. Really put down the maximum pressure.
Daisy will fall, waiting for Ivern's ult to come back.
Picked up a Blade of the Rune King, but it's a little late. It might make it more relevant. With the two objectives on the field now, Stars United have a chance to take the dragon here.
Yeah, Stars United definitely have priority on this dragon. Taking the blue buff from Broken Art button. They will have to start this next Ocean Dragon here, getting them their second Ocean
They
Dragon.
have an 11k gold lead at this point. It's pretty significant.
I mean, the Gragas, like, you know, Soul Links is 10-2. We have a 5-0 Mordekaiser. I mean, the amount of different win conditions they have right now are huge. There's so many avenues and so many opportunities
It was caught out by
carry.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury grabbing these juicy fruits, flashes away, trying to avoid the charm, but the charm doesn't come out yet. Actually jumps ahead and manages to get dropped back down and land the culling. Flash on the Misfortune, but she's in the death realm. Gets pro belted, an isolated Q instantly bops her. A turnaround snowball for Nunu for Peel is just no longer needed. He needs to get on these super minions and get them off the turret. This could be a big last push from Stars United to try to potentially end. Instead, they looks like they're opting to turn down onto the bot lane inhibitor turret here.
Throwing these turrets and inhibitors really does open up the map. Well, if they can get the 3 in-hits, they can Baron and end the game without risking a team fight.
We have 2 waves here, plus Daisy, maybe looking to just potentially end with just a Daisy siege. They don't have to fully commit to a team fight. Oh, that Gragas cask is huge. Leona tries to counter engage onto the Gragas. Gragas does stun her back. There's a Zonya's flash in with the ult from Flaccid Bunny, trying to keep everybody there. Gragas will fall. Only 2 members left of Broken Art.
Slows down the game.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury trying to just hold off the Quinn. They are able to burst them down though. Mordekaiser looking to keep them zoned off for the rest of this fight here while they burn down the inhibitor. Ari's ult will come out. Charm does not land. Continue peppering the Nexus down. They're looking to back off from the Nexus now at this
up
point.
in 3 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah,
They don't have time. The cooldown reduction. Flaccid Bunny's turning around, getting more autos in, peppering this Nexus down. Sidesteps, beautiful sidestep on the Charm here. Flaccid Bunny trying to just get away, stops the Leona with Righteous Glory. What in the world am I watching right now? This Morgana though. Flaccid Bunny just flexing that Morgana. Beautiful sidestep, beautiful play.
Definitely.
The great escape.
Able to make that escape. And I mean, now they have the game kind of opened up. They might want to look to Baron or just look to end again.
And we can see Soul Links running straight to the blue buff and heading towards the top side of the map, whereas Ocean's Andrew and Nunu just immediately rushing towards this Baron.
They have to get the vision control if they want to avoid being taken. They didn't actually put down vision control, they just checked it. Eating the incoming attempt at vision control. Daisy starts it up. They're gonna
They
burst down this
They're
Baron.
gonna try to go for the Baron here. It looks like Flaccid Bunny's gonna try to keep Quinn zoned off the top side of the map there. Lucian opting
It is
to
bot
jump
lane.
right over the wall. Already just get caught out trying to set up for a fight there by calling in the all-in by Soul Links and jump right out back over the tower to end this game. Grabbing that Baron, Stars United look to completely end this game. Flaccid Bunny does take a reset here. While the rest of the team opts to
the
stay.
Baron aggro, and as a Morgana, you're not tanky enough to take Baron aggro.
Right, even with Zanya's, she doesn't have that much base stats after the Baron debuff starts burning her down.
Ooh.
Yeah, she only
Morgana's not a
has.
tank.
Yeah, she's just not a big tanky girl. She does have a decent amount of armor. Not nearly enough to matter. Looks like we might have a finished fight here. Misfortune will come out. Daisy's out, trying to chase down Chelsea here. Redemption is down, trying to keep down the rest of the team alive, but fortunately, Nunu will fall here. Quinn in the Death Realm trying to just stay alive, manages to avoid that last Q in the foul and healing. The Mordekaiser will get shut down here. Lucian is trying to end the game, but does get ignited and forced off of the Nexus. It is just Ivern and Daisy left, and Flash is trying to get away, and they will both fall. The final stage was actually stopped by Broken Arm Button here.
Will the minions take it?
Yeah, trying to stop against these minions right now. Ocean's Andrew might fall to the super minion right now. He will fall to that super minion.
It looks like they're able to stabilize things for their own minion when it comes
Can we get an F in chat for Ocean's Andrew there?
executed by the minions. Oh, but their last inhibitor falls. 3 inhibs. They're triple inhibbed at this point.
It's not looking good. They don't have Baron buff anymore though, but they are possibly looking to take this third dragon down, which will put Soul on the table next dragon. I don't think we'll see an Elder.
Executed by minions. This Leona has been the minions have from full health to almost nothing.
Inhibitors will be coming back for the
But the full round. The full round of double super minions. Wait, the bot one doesn't have double super minions. It doesn't have any super minions at all.
Oh, the inhibitor's back.
So those big waves, they can just kind of take it slow. See if they can.
Yeah, last time they played a little too aggressive and tried to force the end and did not end out well for them.
They're just gonna try to.
Yep, Leona does engage on a Mr. Fishy there. It looks like Soul Links will be able to just burst down the MF, but it gets traded back on. Emerald Kishi has Chelsea Forever in the Death Realm this time. She able to get out again, hiding away here. Lucian does have the big Nunu on him, but is able to burn him down, and Quinn trying to auto away, but it's just not enough. There are no members left for Broken R Button standing.
Win the game.
And the minions just minions finishing it off for Stars United Esports Club. Oh my goodness, what a set of games! Just a complete and total annihilation by Stars United there.
Yeah, definitely running the game through. You know, just winning the lanes. I mean, that's really what it came down to. They did concede. They just ignored the first 2 dragons. I think the Rift Herald instead.
Which was, I just don't think it's expected for Ivern to just go grab 2 Rift Heralds against a Nunu of all things too. It's just, it's something you might only see here in the Noxus division, folks. It's not uncommon for things that aren't necessarily of normal meta to happen.
Yeah.
That's why I like watching it, because you get to see crazy stuff like that happen.
Yeah, no, CEAL has kind of a different meta from like either pro play or solo queue because it's lower elo players on comms.
Yeah, so you get like a really strange kind of meta that like
No,
occurs.
it is. Like remember when AP Malphite Jungle was in like crazy? Like it was like pick ban?
You know, there's a bunch of like weird
Yeah.
weird seal
Weird
metas.
stuff works.
Well, you can see the huge damage difference by the jungles here. Both of them being non-real jungle damage-wise. Jungles, Ivern just taking the cake there, maximizing his damage. Actually coming close to Misfortune's damage there.
So Ivern definitely doing a lot more damage than sort of
Ivern
required of him.
just huge impact for Perseverance. Soul Links and Freddie Mercury. I'd love to have Soul Links and Freddie Mercury for a post game interview. I don't know about you.
Yeah, let's do a post interview. We'll see who they send us, but
Yeah, see if you can get Soul Links and Freddie. We request them at
we need to go to the post game interview thing.
uh hey.
It only allows 4 people though.
He can pull more in. He can pull
Okay.
more in. Shadow can pull more in
Tribunal
because he's god
privileges.
tier. I mean, he is. He's got the moves.
Hello.
Hello.
There's Soul Links.
I don't know. I think Mercury already left.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll take you. You're fine too. Like, well, I wanted to talk to you too, or to ask you some questions.
But first, before we ask questions, congratulations on the 2 wins.
Yeah,
Thanks.
congratulations, guys. It's a very good performance. You out team fought them pretty much at every turn, allowing you to win, even though you had a little bit of an objective issue the first game. You just took over the game via kills and map
Yeah, I
pressure
think
elsewhere.
it was rough
And
because
wards,
like we were
warding.
trying to split push with the AD support, and I think they should have just been grouped, and our NAR should have been split.
Yeah, I see. There was a bit of a top lane difference there. Emerald Kishi actually having a really strong Mordekaiser there in the second game, or in the
Let's
first
go
game. I'm
Gnar in the
sorry.
first game.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
sorry.
winning top lane
Yeah,
decisively.
that's what I
both
mean.
games.
Emerald Kishi was just popping off with the Gnar and popping off with that Mordekaiser.
Yep.
It's just a really good matchup for the top laner. Do you feel like there are any high points for the team where you guys felt the most confident, or you were sure of a call or a play that you made that turned out well?
I just think that them not banning Morgana out is not a good idea because Bunny is very good at Morgana, and it's basically lane for bot lane.
Yeah, we did notice that.
Yeah, the Morgana, also just her vision control that Flaccid Bunny had was just superior and gave your team a lot of viable information for you to make decisions around those team fights, around those objectives. Their entire team was setting up for Baron, or for the second Rift Herald in the first game, and they were all sitting around your Scuttle Vision and another board you had in a bush, and allowed you guys to put pressure in the bot lane and then return and just destroy them in a team fight there, because it looked as though you all just knew they were there. You're like, yeah, they're all right there, and you just all went in and fought them and destroyed them. Like, were there any low points? Were you ever worried that you might have potentially be losing a game or losing grip on a win?
Whenever Gragas was supposed to be the jungler in the second game. It auto-locked Ivern for us on accident. I had Victor hovered, and 3 seconds it auto-locked Ivern. So we just put the Ivern in the jungle and took the Gragas mid.
Wow.
Well, I have to say that Perseverance made the Ivern work.
Yeah, seriously. We thought he knew how to play Ivern.
Yeah, this guy played a really good Ivern though. I was like, oh, this guy actually can play Ivern, and he's doing it. So that was impressive.
I don't know how much Perse actually plays Ivern, but I haven't seen him ever play it. That was my second game, Gragas.
Well, it was a good Gragas game too. You're blowing him up.
It was a little scuffed.
Yeah,
Really
well,
scuffed.
you had a couple trades in the mid lane where you like almost died, but you like turned the fight because you took the W at the right time. And I don't know. There's some tasty casks that you landed too.
Yeah.
Were there any like big shot calls or big decisions made by you or anybody on your team that was making a lot of decisions that everyone's following, or is it more of an organic, cohesive thing between everybody?
I think first calling the swaps for bot lane and Kishi to go bot lane and our bot lane to go top are really good calls. That's about it. We all
how
just like work together on the shot calls though.
How about as a team, Stars United Esports Club? A little bit of a miscommunication with the scheduling this week and a few potential subs that were already set. Are you concerned with looking forward into your next games, or do you think this is just a minor hiccup along the road?
Only thing I'm concerned about is our AD showing up, but we'll get things sorted out.
Well, it seems like you were able to make things work shooting from the hip tonight. Hey, do you have any thoughts on your opponent or anything about any individual players that you'd like to make note of from those games?
Oh, not really.
Okay. Any last questions or anything that you want to ask Lightning?
Oh yeah, one last question. Like Soul Link, you got banned out both games pretty heavily.
Yeah.
I pretty
Do you
much
think
play.
that was a good strategy on their part, or do you think it was kind of a waste of a bunch of bans?
Well, I think they're good bans, but also not banning other players' champions bad on their parts. I think that continuing to ban me, I think that the Anivian and Soul are good bans, but continuing to ban me out because I don't actually play that much Syndra or Ari. I can just play those champions at a confident level.
Yeah, because I was kind of surprised how they let the Lucian and the Morgana go through again.
Yeah, those two were
they
definitely very impactful for both games.
they had a kind of a recap for the same losing bot lane again, and they had the same mistake of losing the level 1 really badly due to the death brush and then the Leona leashing for the Nunu on the other side of the map. So,
Yeah.
I think
Other than that, do you have any shout outs, any call outs to future opponents, anything you'd like to say while you are on this platform?
Oh, I'm
Anything
fine.
you'd like to say for your team on behalf of your team, or
I think we all played well, even though we were 2 subs.
well, you want to know? I'd have to agree with you completely. For having no real big game plan to go off with 2 subs, and having that last minute ordeal, I have to say it turned out most fabulous for you guys at Stars United. So again, congratulations to all you on your
Also,
team
Thanks.
victories.
shout out to Broken R Button for letting the games be played instead of taking the free win because
Yeah,
Stars
very
United were late.
sportsmanlike
Real
of
sportsmanlike conduct.
yeah, very cool on Broken R Button's part, just to kind of just stick with the ban instead of taking the kind of quick and easy route.
Yeah.
Other than that, congratulations to you guys on the wins, and good luck next week.
Congratulations.
Well, Lightning, is there anything else to cover, or do you think we're about to send it off?
Yeah, I think we're basically done.
Well,
Congratulations to all the players. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope you enjoyed watching the stream. And let's conclude this.
yeah. I'm Death Adder, and Play with Fake caster, and it's the Lightning. There is our big boy play by or color caster, and we got our beautiful and wonderful God tier shadow for the stream host. But other than that,
Shoutouts.
this is the Casual Amateur Esports League, and guys have a wonderful night.